Welcome to Purpose and Passion with Raina Carrillo. That is I. I have the fabulous Faviola Ramirez. And you know how I always do it. I have to read off because I don't want to forget anything. So Faviola is the founder of PGMNT.FX Academy.
Pigment effects.
So what is it?
Pigment effects.
Payment effects?
Pigment effects.
Pigment effects.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So basically, Faviola is in the cosmetic hair loss industry. So she's a specialist and an educator. And you guys already know about the show. We're about educating, empowering, teaching awareness, inspiring, right? So that's why Faviola is here. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here.
I'm honestly, I'm honored. Thank you for
thank you.
having me
Thank you
on.
so much. It's very inspiring to interview different people. You know, most of the time I have more ladies than men because I'm all about women empowerment.
Me too.
And so it's so exciting just to be able to meet women that have a passion to do something. So before we get into that passion, right, I wanted to also ask you, like, you know, where were you born? Where were your parents from? Like, let the viewers hear a little, you know, mini bio.
Okay, well, I grew up in Long Beach, California.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm Mexican. Both my parents are from Mexico. Born and raised here. And now I live in the IE, but I'm always going to be an LA girl.
Yes.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
IE. So your parents are, what part of Mexico are they from?
They're from Jalisco.
That's why you're so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So now, you know, you grew up in Long Beach. What high school did you go to?
Long Beach, Jordan.
Oh, I know where Jordan. That's off the 91 freeway.
Yes, it is. With the big old panther on the side of the building. Yep,
yes,
that's
yes,
it right
yes.
there.
So yeah, you
I grew up in the hood.
Yeah, you grew up in the hood.
I literally just started from the bottom, and I'm just still trying to figure it out. You know, this road to success is a journey, and I love being on it. It's not easy, but you know.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So when you graduated, what was your dream job? You know what I mean? Like when they tell you, what are you going to do after high school? What was that?
I actually wanted to get into PR for sports, public relations.
Oh, okay.
So I played sports all throughout high school. So I played basketball, soccer, anything that didn't, kind of go during the same season.
Yeah.
So I was really, I was a huge tomboy. I'm still a big tomboy. So
you don't look like a tomboy.
Listen, you say get dressed up. I was gonna come in sneakers and some sweats and a crew neck.
Maybe we need to do that one day. Just come all Jordan out,
hair up.
Yes, but that's something new. Tomboy. Okay.
No, I'm a huge tomboy. Anyone that's close to me, family, friends, they know that I'm. You're a little tomboy. You just want to wear Jordans all the time. I'm just comfort is everything for me.
Yes.
And just growing up, that's just how I was. I played sports. I was around mostly just all guys, and just always. I think that's probably why I'm such like a hustler. I don't know. I was always around men, so we didn't sit there and gossip. We sat there and talked about how we're gonna get some money.
That's right. Wow.
So yeah.
So in your younger days, in your 20s, like how was that lifestyle? You know?
Around my 20s, I actually had moved straight after I graduated. My mom decided, let's go to Temecula. And I just couldn't be there anymore. So I moved back to Long Beach. So around my 20s, I was back in Long Beach on my own. And I was just out partying, just how your early 20s is. You just weren't really so focused on the future and what the bigger picture is going to be. You're just caught up in having a good time. You're young. You're living, and you live in LA, California, Hollywood. So you get caught up. It's it's not difficult to get caught up in that scene.
Yeah.
And I did. So I worked for a couple of nightclubs as a bottle service girl.
Oh, I could see that.
I
could see that.
That's where it started. You know, I did that for a while. The money was great. It was easy.
So how much would you get monthly? Because I always hear the money is great. So I'm just curious.
Let me see. So like a night, I would get maybe like 25 to 3,000.
Oh my!
On a good night, yes. And that was
wow.
I know. And so maybe 3 times a week I would work, 3 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? Like roughly like 10,000, 15,000.
Shh.
Yeah.
I have never. This is my first time asking that question because a lot of people say it's good. And I'm like, damn. Well, how good is it?
No.
Well, maybe
when
maybe
people start
I
drinking,
do that now.
When people start drinking, they get real generous. They start forgetting. They looking at the money like
go ahead and just. I thought it was a 10, but here goes 100. Just take
right,
100.
Right. Yeah, it's a 20.
Wow. Okay. So when you start making that money, when was the mindset of, you know, obviously you was hustling. I mean, that's awesome. You know, I mean, you're beautiful. You have a nice body. You're out there doing bottle services, making this money. And the hustle part of being an entrepreneur, where did that come about?
That happened after I had my son.
Okay. Tell us the mommy journey.
So did a little bit of bottle service. Decided, you know, this is not the life for me. And I ended up moving out further away from Los Angeles because I didn't want to be around the temptation. So I moved out to the IE, got into real estate, and I started. That's how I met my son's father. And after having my son, that's actually where everything got started. You know, he was born, he was diagnosed with the underlying health condition. So everything, my world just turned upside down.
So what is the condition?
My son has a genetic disorder, along with a bleeding disorder. And, you know, he's just a very fragile kid. He needs a lot of attention, a lot of care. And I knew that I had to be there for him, you know, 100%. So it wasn't having him and going back to work, or it was more or less like, how am I going to be able to have financial freedom so I can be there for my son?
Yes.
And I knew that having a 9 to 5 was not going to cut it. You know, I need to be there for him as much as possible. I need to be able to leave work, make my own schedule. So that's when I decided to, you know, kind of take the next step forward into entrepreneurship. Wow. And I ended up starting a clothing boutique because that was just the thing. Everyone had a clothing boutique. I was just like, I think I know how to dress. This should be easy. Yeah. No. It wasn't. I took a huge loss, I think like 30 grand. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was uneducated. I thought I was going to be easy. I was just going to buy a bunch of cute stuff and just take photos of it, and people were just going to buy it. Yeah. And that's not what happened. So it took me to actually take that lesson learned, because it wasn't a loss. It was just, you know, next, if I'm going to jump into something else, I need to make sure I dissect whatever it is. Yes. And make sure that I know the industry and it's something that I'm really passionate about. So long story short, I got into the hair loss industry by doing permanent makeup. I started doing permanent makeup, eyebrows. You know, it was just a thing. Everyone was doing, you know, beauty's always going to make money. Oh, yeah. And we're always, as women, we're always going to find a way to go get our nails done. Yes. Whether if we're struggling, I mean, when I was younger and I was struggling, I would make time. I would find a way to make sure that my nails were done. I looked on point. Everything was good. Yes. So I knew I wanted to be in the beauty industry, and I fell into, you know, eyebrows. You were one of my clients. Yes, and she definitely. That's why she's on the show too. But, you know, because you're an entrepreneur as well, but because she made me feel confident. So a little bit about myself is that I used to have chola eyebrows. Back in the 90s, I would shave them and then take like an eyeliner and then draw my eyebrows on. At least they grew back. Sometimes half of them did. Because sometimes they don't grow back at all. Yes, half of them did. And so when she fixed my eyebrows, now I can say I wake up in the morning, I take a shower, I wash my face, and then I put my hair down or flat iron or in a bun. And I can look and say, I don't need makeup. You know what I mean? Like, I'm confident that my eyebrows are there. Just get up and go. Yes, get up and go. So, you know, I remember telling you, like, I'm going to be running for mayor and I don't want the little Captain Spock kind of eyebrows. And,
you helped me with that confidence. And I just wanted to share this story, with the viewers, because a lot of people don't know about your industry,
Permanent makeup
Yeah, permanent
industry.
makeup
Yeah, we gotta
industry.
have the mayor look good, okay?
Yes.
So I got into the industry of doing eyebrows. I was very good at it, and I just didn't feel like that was it. And I fell into scalp micropigmentation, which is a cosmetic, non-invasive treatment
Hmm.
that helps conceal hair loss. And my husband at the time, he was struggling with hair loss. So when I had showed him the industry, I was like, would you get this done? Like, is this something that you would get done? Being
Hmm.
that you are suffering from hair loss. And he said, absolutely. Like, what is that? He didn't know
Yeah.
what it was. So just by knowing that he would get this done, it kind of made me take the next step forward, take a course, learn the technique. And in a couple of years, I ended up mastering it. And now I'm one of the top female artists here in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Um, this is a field that's dominated by men, and I'm dominating as a female in this industry. So I'm just happy to be able to do something more, because I never really paid attention how much hair loss really affects men.
Hmm.
I've dated men that were bald, and I never really thought that it bothered them to be bald.
Yeah.
But now being in this industry, it is a life changing experience for them to start losing their hair at a very young age and having
Hmm.
to shave it off. It's not a choice that's given to
Yeah.
you, so it's kind of just taken from you. So being able to give men a little bit of their confidence back is just amazing. It's so fulfilling to me.
Oh, wow. Well, I think that's amazing,
Hmm.
to be able to have a testimony about that, and just to realize that, at the end of the day, there there's something out there for a male to have, like, instead of doing the surgery, because I used to be a technician, a medical technician for hair transplant, where
Really?
I literally had to cut the back of a person's head, like cut
Right.
it with a razor blade,
Right.
shave it off their heads. The doctor would sew it, and I would go in this room, in this little, cut the little follicles, and
Uh-huh.
then punch holes in their head and then plant it.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what
And
you have to
that was
do.
like, oh my gosh, people have to go through that because they don't want to, they want hair,
They want their hair
they
back.
lost their hair.
Hmm.
And so there's another way without pain,
Right.
which is
Exactly.
your way.
Hmm.
And also talk, let the viewers know, like, especially for the women that go through cancer, through chemo, and they grow the hair back, but they have missing parts. Could you help them make that hair in the middle or on the sides look more natural,
A lot fuller. So
a lot
we,
fuller? Thank you.
no, definitely. Now that's actually that's where it gets a little bit more deeper into it.
Hmm.
You start. I'm a very empathetic person, so I want to help everyone.
Yes.
Being that this can definitely help cancer patients. With getting more of a fuller look if they do have certain areas that didn't grow back properly.
Hmm.
This is an alternative. Um, Also for burn victims, this is also an alternative. We
Wow.
actually also do scar camouflage. So those scars that you would create, we actually
Yes.
camouflage them, to make sure that you can't see them, make them blend in. So we do have a lot of clients that come in with the old school FUT scar from ear to ear,
Hmm.
but now actually they're doing the individual extractions, so they don't have the
Wow.
scar anymore. That's like back in the day. But yeah, no, we definitely can treat, cancer patients. We can treat burn victims. We can treat people with alopecia.
Hmm.
So that's an underlying medical condition. That's when your immune system attacks your hair follicle cells, and it causes you not to have any hair at all on your body. Or it also can cause you to lose your hair in patches. So I mean, it's a new industry. For this
Hmm.
market, and it's just taking off just because of how realistic the results can be and how instant they are. You
Yes.
don't have to wait on them, and it's just something that's guaranteed. It's non-invasive. It's pocket friendly, a lot more than a hair
Yes. Yes.
transplant.
Yes.
But it just depends. A lot of people want to feel hair. A lot of people don't want a hair tattoo,
Yes.
but it's just an option. So it's
Oh,
awesome.
wow. Well, this was very educating for me, and I'm all about teaching awareness, educating, teaching awareness, empowering, inspiring, you know. So that's what my show is about. I talk about purpose and passion. You know, purpose and passion is like you have a purpose, you find your purpose, and then you within that purpose you have a passion to continue to help those individuals, you know, on whatever
100%.
purpose it is.
Right.
And so I'm just really excited, you know, to have you here
Thank
to share
you.
your story. And is there any positive words you want to say to those young women that would love to be an entrepreneur, but they're kind of scared to do it, either because they don't have enough confidence or they have children? You know, we all
Oh.
use excuses. So if you have something empowering to the viewers, I would love for you to share that.
Well, an excuse isn't getting, I mean, if you're just going to find excuses, entrepreneurship is not for you, because you need to find solutions. You know, you can't find an excuse. You need to make it happen. You need to figure it out.
Yes.
So entrepreneurship as a mother, as a momtrepreneur, it's very difficult. I mean, you have, you know, I have one child, so I don't know how you do it. We should be asking you this question. What is your secret?
Jesus.
But, right. Yeah, amen. It is. Because the Lord, I just be praying, like, please just help me.
Yes.
You know, definitely find your purpose. You know, I know that I wanted to be of service, especially when I found my faith in God, and I knew that I just wanted to help people. And I've always been the type of person to want to help people. So being that I'm in an industry where I can give people their confidence back, it's so fulfilling for me. So I would tell you, any future entrepreneurs, if you want to take my course, because I do teach classes, this industry is growing, you know, and I'm very passionate about teaching. So if you are looking to be an entrepreneur, you really have to be ready to work 24/7. This is not a 9 to 5. You don't clock in, you don't clock out, and you shouldn't want to. So if you're looking for something where it's like, oh, I need a break, or oh, I want to go out, entrepreneurship is not for you.
Yes.
You have to make those temporary sacrifices for, you know, the long term, the bigger picture.
Yes.
So if you're not willing to make those sacrifices because you want to have fun and you want to live in the right now, then, you know, your future is not looking bright already. So I would say just, you know, stick to your 9 to 5. Yes. But if you really want to put in that work, you know, just find something that you're passionate about, find something that's valuable to your consumers, because anything of value will be successful.
Wow. So let the viewers know how they can contact you, if you know, to do the same work that you're doing since you teach the classes.
I do have courses once a month here in Los Angeles. This industry, it's not going anywhere. Hair loss isn't going anywhere. So we really have to get some good technicians out there putting out some good work. And if you guys are interested in getting more information about my classes or even the services, you can find my website at www.pgmntfx.com, or follow me on Instagram at Pigment Effects. And yeah.
That is awesome. Well, I'm just so happy that you're here.
Or you can call me 562.
They're going to be calling you all right for a date. They're calling you for a date. Well, I'm just excited just for you to share your journey and to talk, you know, a little bit about your son. I think you're an amazing mom.
It's the same to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think you're an amazing mom. I love seeing your stories on Instagram. You know, when you're with him and the food you're making him and things of that nature. And it's very inspiring that, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes young people, you know, they don't know what they want in life. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you become a parent, things get real.
It gives you a purpose.
Yes, it gives you a purpose. You have a strong why, you know? And so the strong why is so important. Once you guys find a strong why, then you'll be able to do whatever your heart's desires. So thank you for gracing your beautifulness on my show.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to Lux Media Studio for having us here. It's so exciting. And so at the end of the day, we've educated you. We taught awareness. We inspired you, definitely, because I love your story, you know. And so thank you for joining us. This was such an amazing day for me, and interviewing you and hearing your truth. Until then, this is Raina Carrillo signing out. Peace.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient Nasset. Nasset increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.